Hey everyone, good morning. This is Kevin with mybar.net. I'm here today to show you 8 tips for Microsoft Teams. We're going to take a look under the hood at Microsoft Teams and see how we can better collaborate in this new remote work hybrid that a lot of people are starting to experience. So starting off, we'll start with Microsoft OneNote, which is a note-taking tool. You guys might be familiar with the OneNote desktop version, right? So OneNote lets you take notes. You can see here, I actually used an Apple Pencil for these particular notes. And we can have tabs, we have pages, we have specific notes that we take. And we can also, real fast, tag particular notes within a workbook. So you can see I can tag these as starred, question, or to do, and I'm able to real quickly, see what this is. You can click it and jump into this particular thing. It highlights it down here. We could draw, like you saw with the Apple Pencil, or you can do it rudimentary with your mouse on your desktop or laptop, or if you have a Surface stylus. So a lot of different options here in the OneNote arena, and as I mentioned before, you can even see there's an ink to text. You will need to write somewhat legibly. It was tough. That last set of notes was taken in a warehouse, and you can also do things like that. But that's OneNote itself. What we've also done is embed OneNote into our Microsoft Teams. So in the consulting world, we've done this by client, but in your world, whatever that might look like, you can arrange teams by whoever is going to be part of a particular team, whether it's a specific initiative at your business or whatever it might be. And you can see we've added this Notes tab here at the top. And so we're able to embed a OneNote notebook right into the tab here in Teams. Another interesting thing is you can actually embed videos in here. You can take pictures like you may have seen a few minutes ago from the OneNote example I showed, and you can even see here is the mobile app. You can see on the top left or the bottom right, we actually have pictures that are embedded. You can take them directly with your iPad. So all of that is here in Teams. I click on open in browser or open in desktop. I can open this particular notebook in OneNote. And as I mentioned before, I can add the to-do, report, and question tags all here. And so this is great for keeping track of notes right within a particular team, particular initiative. We have our pages and our notes all right here, and I can search for anything that I might need. So that's OneNote. Next, we'll talk about Power BI. So if you use Power BI, or if you don't, you can always reach out to MyBar. We would be able to assist you with that. And Power BI is an analytic tool that's built it deploys data within its cloud service. They call it Power BI service. So you could see that, you go to app.powerbi.com and you can see Power BI visuals and play with data there. But one really cool feature that Microsoft has enabled for Teams here is the ability to actually embed particular visuals into a team itself, right? So you can see here we have, most of this is just tabular. We have some slicers. If I want to look at a particular project, I can click this, and I'm going to be able to see, in our world, these are project budgets. But you can also, this could be whatever Power BI visual might be relevant to your team. It could be a sales dashboard or a purchasing dashboard, all inside of a team right next to your notes. So your users have one place to go and then come here and actually see what's going on and use these filters, right? We have a date filter here. So if we wanted to do last one, say weeks, I can real quickly see, what's going on over the last week on this particular project in terms of its budget. And likewise, you can see this is also a Power BI visual. Here we have, this takes a second to load here, but this will be something called our allocations. This is how we plan for what's going to be going on in our business over the next couple of weeks, and likewise, similar kind of thing. So this is all related to a particular project. You can see who's been assigned, what work they're doing, that kind of thing. And finally, here's the mobile app. Again, this is my best way I have to show it to you right now, and you can actually see these visuals here. And grab particular tabs and filters, all the same kind of stuff. So MyBar does extensive work in the Power BI space. We hook up into different data sources. merge that data together, and then build out these visuals for our customers so that it's easy to click here, click there to be able to slice and drill into a particular data set. But then also extend that by deploying into Teams, iPad, thinking about the different mediums through which you and your customer base you and your employees would need to access that data. So just something else to think about. Another cool Teams feature we have here today is the approvals feature. So real fast, I'll show you one that I looked up yesterday with some members of my team. If we come in here and we can come down here, right, you can see this is an approval that was actually approved. And in the chat, or in any chat really, you come here and you click the approvals tab, pops up the approvals window, and you can give it a name, need approval to schedule a training session, whatever it might be, and you can then enter names of people in your organization if you want to do that here, and then you click send. It'll actually generate an approval request, and you can see when that request, you can see it was requested by me. This approval was approved by these individuals at my company, and when I click view details, I can actually see when they approved and the specific times that this occurred. So I'm not sure if this is taking a second to load here. It's worth us waiting. Beautiful. We can see 11:02. This one went through pretty fast, but you might have approvals where you don't need a formal, this is kind of just like a nice way to formalize it as opposed to sending an email and saying, hey, are we good to go on this particular thing or that particular thing real fast. If you're in your organization with other members of your team, you generate an approval request, send that out. You could do it with 3 people like I did here. You could do it with 20 people. Really up to you. So next, we'll be taking a look at the tasks and planner function. And so tasks and planner will be, as you saw in one of these teams, we have a tasks function, which allows us to define what discrete types of work need to get done over a period of time, who they're going to be assigned to, when they're going to be due, what the priority level is. You might be familiar, in the past we've worked with Asana, Basecamp, Teamwork, all sorts of different project management tools. But obviously the benefit here is that we're able to embed this right into our team. So right next to our budgets and our notes and files and our threads, we're able to also see a particular to-do list. So you can see we've assigned a particular task here to Linda from my team. There's even subtasks that she can come in and check off. We can see our date. If we click this, we can see add attachments or a comment thread if we needed that. So this is a nice way to organize these all here. And you can see there's various different views they provide. A list view, we have charts, which will show you kind of who did what when, and then finally a schedule, which puts this on a calendar. Now, in the iPad world, Microsoft obviously allows you to access this through the Teams app for iPad or the Teams app for iPhone or Android, but you're also able to do this via there's 2 apps that we can actually take into the consideration here. So there's one called Microsoft Planner. So you'll see here, this is the Microsoft Planner app, and you can see the Planner hub. I can grab the same teams, and then when I grab the task, you can see the same kind of view in the Planner app. So that's one way to do this. But another way to do it, and I'll get to this in a minute, would be the ToDo app. And so again, same kind of thing. Users can put this on their iPads, on their phones. If they're commuting to an office, they're on a train, they can update their tasks remotely, and so this allows us to kind of seamlessly do this, or at wherever they might be, right? If your team is just happens to be home, they could do this from their couch, whatever it might be. So just wanted to show that particular function. And then next would be ToDo. So in a similar fashion, the ToDo app is a separate Microsoft app. It's called ToDo. You can get it in the App Store or the Android Play Store, and this one you're seeing here is actually just my tasks, right? This actually equates to what you see in Outlook in your Outlook tasks. So let me just drag that over. You can see here my blog post task. That's in the ToDo app. So again, this one's nice because I didn't find in the Outlook app a way to add tasks. And then I realized they have the ToDo app. And so that's easy. If you're in the middle of a conversation grab your phone, ToDo App, and real quickly add a particular task. If someone's saying, hey, we need this done, that done. I'm going to be using this more for myself, right? This is like a way to manage things that I know that I need to do. Don't necessarily need to have other people oversee or be involved in. But you'll see here in the bottom left, I'm not sure how well it's reading right now, create tasks from your planner assignment. So if you didn't download the planner app, you can actually take those tasks into this Microsoft ToDo app and put those there. So really a function of what you're looking for. You want more apps, less apps? Do you want to have, everything from your team in one place? Do you want to have your own to-do list kind of off on the side? I'm sure there's a ton of to-do list apps out there, but I like this one because it syncs up with Outlook. So when I'm in Outlook on my desktop or my laptop, I'm easily able to come in and see what's going on there. Great. Next, we'll talk about the Whiteboard app real fast. So Whiteboard here, and this is another Microsoft app that you can embed into a team. So you see we have Whiteboard here. You can put it in any team. Again, being a consultant, I'm using whiteboards all the time, or was pre-pandemic. But you can, you have your pens and you can draw, here we can draw a little SWOT diagram, or we can draw, shapes. That's what consultants do. And you can type some text here if you needed to, sales or whatever, and puts it in handwriting. So beautiful. But anyway, point being that the Whiteboard app is also available here on the iPad, right? And with Apple Pencil, I was able to test this before. I'll try my best at this. Whoops, here we go. Sales, right? So we're able to actually have a whiteboard capacity. You can project this up onto a screen, or if you're in a Zoom session or a Teams call, you can share your iPad screen, project it up into a conference room screen, and if there is no physical whiteboard, you now have a whiteboard. So the other nice thing is that these can actually be saved. You can take pictures of them, export images. So we're all familiar with that joke. Everybody takes pictures of the whiteboard at the end of the meeting. Now we just have to just save it as an image file, and we have that. Throw it in OneNote, you're good to go. Great. Next, we'll talk about, Microsoft Word here. So everyone has been familiar with Microsoft Word for decades now, but real fast, what we are able to do is embed a Microsoft Word document here in Teams as its own tab. So you can see this is going to be a Microsoft Word document, and it will take a second up here to load. And we can actually make edits here. We can track changes. A lot of the Word functionality is available here, right? If you want to open it in desktop, you can do it there, make your saves, and then re-upload it here. But most of, if not all, right, most of the functionality is here. So you can see, okay, I want to share this document with my team. I want them all in the team making updates. That one person might write one section, one person might write another, or do something that they need to do, or refer back to this. So this is here as a guide. So the nice thing is that you actually have Word, instead of going to a cloud app, or instead of going to a desktop app, you can actually do it right here in Teams, all in one place, and it just is another way to collaborate across the board. And then last but not least, there are third-party apps. So in the world of Teams, if I were to come here and click plus, you'll see all the Microsoft tools that I recently mentioned, right? Didn't really talk about PowerPoint, Excel, or SharePoint. Those could probably be their own conversations. Lists is an app I found from Microsoft last night. I haven't played with it. I think Stream is being deprecated. That's their video streaming app. And like I mentioned, we used to use Teamwork. That's a true third party. It's a teamwork or a project management tool that you can actually embed directly into the Teams world. But you'll notice down here, and ironically, we're getting a message from Slack from my fiance as we're doing this, but down here is a full list of third-party tools that you could embed right here into Teams. So you might use Jira, right? That's a popular project management tool. Or some of these you may never have heard of. You go look it up online, and you're like, oh, that's great, right? I need Law Toolbox. That's relevant to me. So all of that can be embedded here. So really, I just wanted to share some functions and features of Teams we've been exploring here, trying to be proactive in our collaboration mindset. And hopefully you guys can take one or two of these out with you and take a look at those down the line. So hopefully this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.